was a crisp autumn evening when I arrived at the abandoned military hospital nestled deep within the woods. The once bustling facility, now cloaked in eerie silence, bore witness to the horrors of World War II. Its walls held secrets of the wounded and the dying, and, as I would soon discover, secrets of the spectral. My fascination with the supernatural had led me here, armed with recording equipment and a determination to uncover the truth behind the whispered legends of ghostly apparitions that still roamed the hospital's corridors. As I stepped through the crumbling entrance, a shiver ran down my spine, and I knew I was not alone. The air was heavy with the scent of antiseptic and decay, and the flickering light of my flashlight danced along the peeling paint and cracked tiles. It was as though time had frozen within these walls, preserving the memories of a bygone era. As I ventured deeper into the hospital, I began to hear faint whispers, soft murmurs that seemed to echo from the past. The voices were indistinct at first, like distant conversations just beyond my reach. But as I continued, they grew clearer, and I could make out the hushed tones of nurses and the pained moans of wounded soldiers. I followed the voices to a long-abandoned ward, a place where the wounded had been treated and the dying had taken their last breaths. It was there that I witnessed my first ghostly encounter. A figure materialized before me, a spectral nurse in a pristine uniform, her eyes filled with compassion and sorrow. She moved among the empty beds, tending to invisible patients with a gentle touch. I watched in awe as she smoothed an invisible blanket and whispered words of comfort to those who could no longer be seen. It was a hauntingly beautiful scene, a glimpse into a time when humanity's capacity for kindness had shone even in the darkest of hours. As I continued my exploration, I encountered more apparitions, soldiers in tattered uniforms, their faces etched with the horrors of war. They wandered the hospital, their footsteps echoing through the empty corridors. Some stared into the distance as if reliving the traumas of battle, while others seemed lost, unable to find their way home. One particularly chilling encounter occurred in the hospital's morgue. As I stood in the dimly lit room, I felt a sudden drop in temperature and my breath misted in the cold air. A shadowy figure emerged from the darkness, an ethereal surgeon in blood-stained scrubs, his hands still covered in the gore of wartime surgeries. He turned to me, his eyes hollow and haunted, and raised a spectral scalpel as if about to operate. The room seemed to pulse with a malevolent energy, and I fled, leaving the morgue and its ghostly surgeon behind. My investigation had yielded undeniable proof of the hospital's haunted past. These were not mere legends. These were ghostly remnants of a time when the world had been torn apart by war. The hospital had become a sanctuary for the souls who had perished within its walls, a place where their memories endured in spectral form. As I left the hospital that night, I couldn't help but wonder about the stories of the spirits I had encountered. Had they found peace, or were they destined to wander the hospital's halls for all eternity? The ghosts of War Hospital had left an indelible mark on my soul, a reminder of the sacrifices made during wartime and the enduring legacy of those who had suffered within its walls. As I drove away, the hospital faded into the distance, a spectral sentinel guarding the memories of the past. The ghosts of War Hospital were not confined to history books. They were real, their presence a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable horrors.